Hello, you are welcome to another interesting topic. If you're a poultry farmer and you have been buying the old chicks direct from either the suppliers or from the hatcheries, most times you encounter a lot of issues during brooding or during the process of rearing your chicks. Do you know that most of these issues may be as a result of poor brooding techniques? Most times it is the hatcheries or the suppliers that take the blame. You start blaming them. The chicks they supply me is not good. They supply me poor birds. Let me tell you, to be honest, you hardly see any hatchery that will supply unhealthy day-old chicks to the farmers. It is very rare because the hatchery section is highly competitive. You and me knows that one quite clear, that no hatchery would like to demarcate their product when they know that the competition is too high. So that is why it is very important you as a farmer take responsibility and make sure you do the right thing, most especially during the brooding stage. Welcoming the chicks to your farm is another step. Then brooding rightly is another thing. Having a very good brooder is another stage also. I have gone to many farmers and many farms. I discovered that many farmers don't even have a professional brooding room. Many farmers use the same rearing pen to brood their chicks. What they do is they cover some section. It is unprofessional. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you the issues many farmers face during the early stage of their birds, how to avoid common mistakes in the brooder, tips for raising healthy chicks. This is the topic of this particular video. So please relax. You are going to learn 10 common mistakes many farmers make in the brooder and how to avoid them, and at the same time how to achieve a better result. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are diving deep into the common mistakes farmers make in the brooder and how to avoid them. Ensuring the proper environment for your chicks is very crucial, very important for their health and growth. Please stay tuned to this particular topic. Make sure you watch this video till the end if you really want to succeed in this feathered business. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new to this particular channel. Like and share this video to reach more farmers. This will help them to get this information and at the same time to run their poultry and livestock business more profitably. Common mistakes farmers make in the brooder that affect the chicks and their productivity. Let's go there. Number 1 is incorrect brooder size. Please, you should make sure the size of your brooder is commensurate with the number of birds you want to brood. A brooder that is too large is not good, and a brooder that is too small is not good. It is very essential to have a brooder that is the right size to the number of birds you want to brood. A brooder that is too large can cause the heat to dissipate. The heat will just vanish. You will not see. The birds will still feel cold. While one that is too small can lead to poor air circulation and pecking behavior among chicks. Number 2 is drafty brooder. Ensure your brooder is well insulated and draft free. Draft can cause temperature fluctuations that stress the chicks and at the same time make them more susceptible to illness. Number 3, wet wood shavings. Allowing wet wood shavings to remain in the brooder can lead to ammonia buildup. which will result to a very chronic respiratory disease and coccidiosis. Wet floor can cause chicks to cough and become sick, leading to high mortality rates. You will now lose a number of birds that will affect your final profit. Number 4, feeding too quickly. Feeding too quickly. When chicks first arrive, avoid feeding them too quickly. Please don't rush the feed. Make sure you stabilize the chicks because they have traveled far journey. Most of them are already weak because of struggle in the packet and the transit stress. Make sure you first stabilize them with multivitamin. Instead of offering them food on arrival, give good and highly rich mineral and multivitamin content. If you don't have it, please give them fresh cool water to welcome them and to calm them down first. Then start with chick starter feed, which has at least 18% crude protein after an hour or more than that, and ensure they have access to clean water all the time, most especially the first 3 days of their life. Number 5, incorrect heating. Before the arrival of the chicks, at least 1 hour before the arrival, make sure the brooder is already warmed up. Make sure you have thermometer and make sure there is a humidifier in that brooder. Many farmers don't use humidifier in their brooder. It is very important because what makes your brooding room good and rich is 1, heat, and at the same time humid or humidifier. They need the air and at the same time they need the heat. Many farmers close up the entire air source in order to build up the heat. But eventually, you move out from the brooder and the heat becomes too heavy, too hard for them. You will lose almost all the birds in that brooder. So incorrect heating is a very serious issue many farmers face. Most of the times you just go out and come back within some minutes or some hours, you see all the birds have gone. By then, you will now focus your blame on the hatchery. Oh, Mr. A hatchery supplied me the wrong birds. I didn't know. I didn't even, in short, when I saw those birds, I discovered their legs was too tiny. I discovered their feathers were, instead of white, were greenish in color. Most of all these problems you see is from poor brooding techniques. Chicks need a consistent heat source to maintain their body temperature. Use a heat lamp or brooder plate or gas brooding heater, a very quality gas brooding heater. If you don't know how to get a very good gas brooding heater, please drop it on the comment section. I will guide you on how to get a very sound gas brooding heater that will help you to give you steady heat, steady temperature. Make sure you keep the temperature from the first 3 days of their life to 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees centigrade for the first 3 days or first week in short, reducing it by 5 degrees Fahrenheit or 2.8 degrees centigrade every week until they are fully feathered. Invest in a reliable thermometer to monitor this temperature. If the thermometer fails you, it is obvious that you are going to fail the chicks also. There are certain things most farmers do. You see some farmers, they will place their heater. When they walk into the brooding room, within some minutes they will start sweating. They will feel that the heat is enough. Let me remind you, the temperature is always high on the upper part of the brooder. The same temperature you have on the top side of the brooder is not the same temperature you have on the floor. So for you to get a very good accurate temperature, what you do is get 2 thermometers, even if it's the cheapest ones but reliable. Keep one on the top and keep one on the floor. The one on the floor will give you the accurate temperature, because those chicks you are brooding are not on the roof side, they are on the floor. So if you feel hot when you enter inside the brooder, it doesn't mean the chicks are comfortable with the heat, because the floor may be giving a different reading. So note this very well. Number 6, improper lighting. Maintain a regular light, dark, not too bright. Make sure the light in the brooder is not too bright but a bit dark. Provide about 18 hours light per day, most especially the first 4 days of their life. A simple timer can help you to regulate the cycling promotion and at the same time their head growth and development. But you, as the owner of those chicks, you need a lot of work to do for you to get the best results. Number 7 is inadequate monitoring. That's where I'm going. Regular check on the chicks is very important. Ensure they are eating, ensure they are drinking, and ensure they are energized, they are running around. Be observant for any sign of illness or sign of stress. Isolate the affected chicks immediately to prevent spread of diseases. In case it's not even disease at all, maybe it is weakness. If you don't separate that particular bird, the healthy ones will stampede, march on that particular one. They may even peck on that one to death. So the best thing is to isolate them, keep them in a safer place until when they get the same strength, you can release them to join the others. The next one is poor sanitation practices. Keeping the brooder clean is essential. Regularly change the beddings and sanitize feeders. Make sure you wash the feeders and drinkers always to prevent the buildup of harmful bacteria and pathogens that may affect their entire life and at the same time affect their total productivity. Inconsistent feeding schedule. I always make this comment in most of my videos when it comes to poor brooding and poor chick development. Chicken or poultry birds in general, they like timing. Once the time to eat reaches and you didn't provide that feed for them, they will start losing weight. So make sure you establish a consistent feeding schedule to ensure that the chicks are getting the right nutrients at the right time. Monitor their growth and adjust the feed as necessary to meet their developmental needs. And make sure you give the appropriate feed needed at that particular age. Don't, because you don't have starter or you exhausted the starter you have, you say, let me try grower mash since they can still eat it. No. Once they start eating the feed that is not meant for them, the conversion ratio will drop and their feed and body growth will at the same time be affected. Once the feed conversion ratio is affected, their body weight will drop, their growth rate will drop also. Let me sound this also. You see, chicken can use 1 week to gain 1 kg, but if you starve them for a day, they can lose the same 1 kg they gain in 1 week in less than 2 days. So it is better you maintain consistent feeding and correct ration. Number 10, lack of socialization. Spend time handling and interacting with the chicks is very important to help them become accustomed to human presence. At the early stage of their life, make sure you walk into the pen. Most of the times you touch them. Most of the times you interact with them, joke with them, go around, let them come closer to you. It will always help them to get accustomed and the presence of human being. This can reduce stress and at the same time improve their overall well-being. By avoiding these common mistakes as a farmer in the brooder, you can create a healthy and nourishing environment for your chicks, ensuring they grow into strong and productive birds. Please remember to regularly monitor their conditions and make adjustments as needed. If you found this video very helpful, please subscribe to this particular channel, like this video, share it to reach more farmers. Please make sure this particular video get to many farmers. It's going to help us, because most of the times the blame goes to the suppliers of day old chicks or to the hatcheries. Take responsibility, do the right thing. Together we can raise these healthier and happier feathered friends. Thank you for watching this video. Till I come your way with another interesting topic loading very soon. Don't go far.